Yo, Monday already. I'm that good kind of tired today, like tired from a good time as opposed to a bad time. But today we're going to talk about Toyota improving plane orders up, and 80 is the new 50. I did say 80. How does an 80-year-old feel when they wake up? If I feel this way, I don't want to. At 44, how do I feel when I'm twice as old?
Man alive. I tell you what, my mom, she has a friend. She was in town this weekend. She has a friend that's 96 years old. She was like, yeah, she was going up and down the stairs at her new house. I'm just like,
God bless her.
I don't even want to think about going up and downstairs at 96. Can someone just carry me up those jokers when I'm that age?
No, dude, by the time you and I are 96, there are a few inventions that I'm really excited about. One of those inventions is that like Honda made like exoskeleton.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
That you like just strap on and you got the thing. I'm like, man, I just imagine myself running like,
yeah, right.
Right. Like it's not going to be a problem. 40 years from now, we're going to have all types of things that are available that are just not available now. It's going to make 96 so much easier. Just like all the like Gen Z like that have babies now, right? You kind of gone through this, right? Because you just had a baby, right? You're kind of on the border, but here's the deal. 25 years ago, 20 years ago, there was so much less stuff. I don't know what happened.
So much less. It's unbelievable. The baby world of productization is expansive at best. I mean, was it unbelievable?
I can't remember. You would have
moms. What? Okay, we're on a little tangent this morning. Have you seen these moms? They get to the park and like they like stick their hand in the back of the car. And with one motion, it's like this transformer thing comes out of the car, and it's like, there's the coolest thing you've ever seen to put my child. It's like
dude, sound effects. And then there's like the next level tech. Like my buddy has this thing, and it lulls the baby back to sleep. He's like, here's my baby's sleep patterns. And when they started to wake and when they made a little noise and the thing kind of like shimmies and it makes them go back to sleep. I'm like, man, we did it old school. That's bassinet next to the bed, hand over. You hear the thing. You just in a groggy sleep. Just put your hand over in the thing and just rock it for a second.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on that. Oh, here we go. People are loving the comments are coming in. Adrian says she was at a baby shower yesterday and was so jealous. 19 years ago, it was not as awesome. No, everything's an Instagram event too.
Yes.
Right? We got Pinterest, right? We got Instagram. Like the ante has been raised in some way. I get to experience it all again with my grandkids, and I'm sure I'll just throw right in and be like,
you will throw right in. It'll be unbelievable. I can see it coming.
Absolutely, it's coming. I don't know that we have any announcements after that.
Look, speaking of throwing in,
okay, we got to get out of that. Pull up. Toyota executives believe that the lessons they've learned from Tesla, coupled with Toyota's inherent culture of continuous improvement, we know that as kaizen, will facilitate a leap forward in EV production as they aim to halve the number of production processes, cut them in half, reduce plant investment, and cut the production lead time required for new nameplates. Their new approach includes the formation of what they're calling BEV Factory, a group that brings all the functions from design to manufacturing and sales, all of it under one umbrella. Their famed production system, they're going to overhaul it, because they're watching Tesla and they're like, they're doing a great job, right? So they're not
going to do better. Yeah,
we're going to take that. Yoshiro Nakamura, deputy chief of global production of Toyota, said, of course, we admit Tesla has wonderful technology, but that just motivates us to work harder to catch up. If we learn from them, if we are to learn from them, it won't be a copy. We will improve upon them through kaizen. Look out.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like at some point, I want to go visit a Toyota battery electric vehicle factory, because you think about that. If these vehicles have some level of autonomy already baked into them,
that's what
why wouldn't you pre-program them with everything they need to get through the factory, like on those little points where you have to drive or have to move or have to open a door? Like, go ahead and start to pre-program that and streamline the efficiency of these factories. I'll tell you what, if you've never been in an automotive factory already where like final build stage is happening, it's already a work of art. Like the speed at which the robotic arms move, how close they get to walls, and like just all of that. And to think that the manufacturing process is just getting better and better and better. And they're learning from Tesla and being able to have the number of production processes. That's absolutely insane. And I don't know if you caught this, but this idea like, hey, we are going to connect through this kind of like BEV factory, the idea of it being kind of an innovation factory that says like, we're going to go from all the way from design to sales, recognizing that really like they are all intertwined.
That's right.
Sometimes like R&D is very disconnected from sales. And so like linking those up is going to streamline every single process all the way down to the end consumer, which I think is like, that's the gold mine out of this, not just the manufacturing process, but streamlining things to where it actually makes sense to the end consumer.
I wonder if a car is going to be able to like pull itself out of the line. You think about like the stoppages are the big thing, right? I mean, Toyota's kind of been legendary for saying if there's a problem, we're stopping the line, because if we stop the assembly line, it'll get fixed faster, but it'll be interesting to see how that develops. But you're right, man. Bring the consumer as close to the factory as possible seems like a really, really, really good idea. Speaking of factories, manufacturing factories. Well, look, now that automotive inventory is starting to catch up, another industry has a backlog that makes a 10-month wait seem like the express lane. The sky-high demand for airliners is outpacing the industry supply, with manufacturers such as Airbus and Boeing really struggling to keep up. So basically, the unexpected surge in air travel post-pandemic has shifted airline strategies from like, okay, we have to recover from that, to like, let's put our foot down on the throttle or push the throttle forward. I don't know what you need to do in a plane, to focus on expansion and growth. So basically, there was a full stop in late 2019, right? Pandemic hit, through 2020 in new orders of airplanes. New orders completely stopped. No one knew what was going to go on. Airlines then placed massive orders to secure future inventory. So there were really two strategies going in. Boeing, during the pandemic, shut everything down. Airbus made it a big point to keep the manufacturing rolling, just like kind of in automotive, right? They kept it rolling. And because of that, they actually went from being behind in market share to significantly ahead. And now people are putting in orders like this big order that they mentioned in the article, the Indian budget airliner Indigo. They ordered 500. I can't remember that. They were like 737s or something like that. And they said, great, you'll see those in... Oh, well, where are my buttons? I thought it was a good time to hit this button. It's been, but that's when they'll be seeing their new airplanes. Can you imagine a business plan that involves you putting an order like that in now, saying, hey, look, in 6 years from now, we'll be good to go?
Well, see, what's crazy is like to plan for, oh goodness, air travel is spiking in 2023. You'd have had to think about that in 2018. Way before the pandemic started. Like that level of business plan, it's unbelievable. But I will say, like, we were driving past, just this anecdotally, we're driving past the Nashville airport yesterday. And historically, the Nashville airport has zero traffic that hits the highway. Like, it never makes it out to the highway. That line on the middle of a Sunday afternoon, not like a morning, not like peak travel times of the day, was out the highway like a mile, just stacked up. Right?
Oh, that's discouraging.
It's I mean, this is everywhere though. I mean, we're flying a lot at this point these days, and we're just seeing like stacking up at the airport. More and more people. The TSA lines are getting longer. Like it's definitely a reality just from like a felt perspective of a traveler. But for a business like this to start to think about like, what are the projections 2, 3, 5, 7 years out? I can't imagine, especially like purchases at that.
I would love to see what those delivery contracts look like. Like, at what point can you pull the plug? I don't know, but I'll tell you what, definitely unexpected. Definitely unexpected. Speaking of things that are unexpected,
stop. Segue time.
Hold on.
What happened?
I just got shocked because here I had to look this up. Sorry, I know you segued already. A typical 737 jet, you ready for this, is $82.4 million. Multiply that times 500.
No.
What's that? All right, sorry, I missed the segue.
What is that deposit? What does that deposit look
what's
like?
the deposit? Yeah. You get your
security
deposit back on that.
Actually, at the rate of inflation, ordering it now seems like a really great idea because 7 years from now, it might be half price.
That's true. That's true. If you lock in your pricing matrix, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, man, here we go. Well, the number of Americans over 80 who are working has risen by 18% in the last decade, with many citing a personal desire to continue working rather than financial needs. So it's people wanting to stay in the office. Approximately 50% of these individuals work full-time hours, mostly in professional, managerial, and financial roles rather than service jobs.
Makes sense.
Which makes a lot of sense, right? Not a lot of lifting and
not enough robo exoskeletons yet.
Not. Case studies reveal a variety of reasons why older people continue to work, including maintaining relevance, personal satisfaction, and the joy of surprising others, or just being in the know. Here's a couple stories. So Andre Carlson, an 82-year-old supermarket bakery worker, shares, "I work with older people like me, and I think most of them are working for the same reasons I do. We like having somewhere to go, something that needs to be done, and everybody likes to feel needed." Another 87-year-old CEO of Data Hive and Data Hive Secures, her name is Marjorie Zingle, says, "I love to go into a meeting and surprise everybody. I proved it over and over, and I can't stop." I love that. Like they're like, "Oh no, what we love to do is bring a little surprise and delight to the situation every time."
No, I'm not the CEO's grandmother. I'm in charge.
I'm in charge. Well, it's surprise and delight of the way that they like, but also like the age, but also I think there's a unique perspective that you get at that age, and you start to you just start to give a little bit more in a way that doesn't need anything back. And that allows you to provide these moments of surprise and delight. I wrote a post a few weeks ago about like Chick-fil-A, right? And they historically have hired older people to kind of like work the floor and be in the restaurant and like check in on tables and things like that. I'm telling you what, like the way that a grandma comes up to your kids and says, "Hey,
a little different
ice cream," right? It's like, it's just so wonderful. Like, you can't.
Oh man,
I see this. I love that. Like there's this, it's not just like, oh my goodness, financial pressure, but there's this kind of overwhelming desire to give back,
the auto industry is definitely one where we see a lot of generational workers.
Yep.
Every dealership has those folks that show up and they've been doing this for years and years, or the older GMs or GMs of past or ownership who is just still likes to be in the game, on the hunt, and just kind of in the mix. And there's a great the thing about like one of the things people look forward to as they get older is like, I can say what I want. Right? Yes. I can say what I want. There's got to be this like real fulfilling way of like, hey, like, I don't know, man, I'm 87. What are you gonna say to me?
What are you gonna say to me? Right here it is.
Who's gonna be the best old man in the automotive industry in, let's see, what year is it now? It's 24. Like in 2060, Michael Cirillo is going to be an unbelievable human to be around. He already is, but
unbelievable.
But it's going to be a total, like, people are going to get nervous when he comes in the room because he's just going to just walk in a room and be like, this, you this, you this. Why are we doing this? Like, kids these days, right? Like, he's going to be that guy. I can't wait to see that moment.
It's going to be personally. Good. Oh man, what a Monday! What a way to wake up. It
is a heck of a Monday. If you're not ready to go, you're going to miss the train. It looks like lots of people in the comments ready to go. Soda is ready to go. We know automotive industry. You're ready to go too. So let's go do a Monday.